Wednesday show. Wednesday show. Wednesday show. This thing's not charging. It's making me nervous. Hello, everyone. We are coming to you live from my condo once again. Ta-da! Where we're going to be talking all about Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about shows, and we're going to be talking about Disney. I don't know why I said it that way. We're talking about Disney, whether you like it or not, okay? So if you don't like the mouse, get out of here. No. Hello, everybody. We are going to be doing a shorter episode tonight. Also, I do apologize for my phone because I have the volume on loud because I'm afraid I will forget to turn the volume on loud because I have to be up in roughly 5 hours for the 5K tomorrow. So this is going to be a shorter episode. We're going to do a 30-minute episode and opposed to the regular 1 hour plus episodes that we usually do. What mouse? This mouse right here. Mickey Mouse. Hello. Hello, Disney Springs. Go eat some Earl sandwich for me, please. Please. I really want Earl sandwich right now. So tomorrow is going to be the 5K. So we have a shorter episode tonight. What we're going to do tonight, though, is we're going to do an Ask the Expert segment. So if you guys have any questions about anything and everything Disney, most topics that we can talk about, or not most, we can talk about any topic. But I apologize. I'm going to apologize off the bat because if you guys are watching this later on, I am attempting to make myself tired right now because usually I do not go to bed. You're at Earl Sandwich right now? Are you kidding me? That is so funny. That's really funny. You guys are like literally like a mile and a half down the road from me right now. Are you guys waving back? Maybe. So we are. I'm doing the 5K tomorrow morning. I have to wake up around 2:30ish. I'm leaving here at 3 o'clock in the morning to go pick up my friends at their hotel, and then we're going to go to the starting line. But I am attempting to make myself tired because usually I don't go to bed until about 4 o'clock, and I have to be up an hour and a half before that time. So if we're going through and if I start seeming drowsy, I do apologize in advance, but it's just my method. So let's get to it because we have a short episode. We're going to start the 803rd episode of the Wednesday show in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 803rd episode of the Wednesday show. Today is January 8th. Right? Yeah, 2025, and I'm your host, as always, Brent Dodge. Hello. Today, we're going to be going through and answering your questions about anything and everything Disney. But of course, before we get to that, let's talk about our news for the week. And boy, do we have some exciting news for the week. So let's just dive right in. Since the dawn of if you guys have been joining us at all over the last roughly 15 months now. You may know that there has been something that's in the back of my mind, or maybe not even the back of my mind, but something that I've been working on a lot of time, a lot of effort has gone into this thing. And last week we announced that we do have the book on Kindle, but now we have the book as an actual book. Look at that. Are you kidding me? It is a 181-page book. It goes into every single detail, every single little piece of history, fun facts, and so much more about every single attraction, restaurant, and shop that is found inside of Dino Land USA over at Animal Kingdom. So if you want to pick up a copy, they're sold out. We sold out instantly today. So I do have more that are being that have been ordered. They will be coming sometime next week. I don't know exactly when, but they said that it will be shipped out. It said it's going to be shipped out in 8 days, or it was anywhere between 8 to 10 days. However, last time it also said 8 to 10 days, and it was shipped out within 4 days. So I'm hoping it's the same thing, and we will be getting this book hopefully by like Monday or Tuesday of next week. I could be wrong. I could be right. Could be right. No, that's... You may be crazy. I don't know. What's that song called? Write the song name down. Anyways, we do have the book. So the first order was a small order. It was a proofread order. So there was the only big difference was it did not have the ISBN code at the back of it. The next set will have the ISBN code at the back of it. So the first set is completely off the market now. I've got one for myself and the rest are in the mail. So if you are one of those people who have it in the mail, well, I hope that you guys are enjoying it as soon as it arrives at your house sometime in the very, very, very near future. But in addition to that, as always, we do a Saturday in the park. If you don't already know, every single Saturday we do a live broadcast from someplace found throughout the Walt Disney World Resort at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. However, this coming up Saturday, I would have ran a half marathon and I will probably be sleeping at 1 o'clock. So we will do a Saturday in the park. It will just be later on in the day. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss the notifications of when we go live from the park. And speaking of subscribing, because if you didn't already know, we are getting closer and closer to our end of year goal from, well, last year, but we are currently at 8,188 subscribers. Usually what I do say is if we go into more subscribers as the evening goes on, we will go into extra innings. However, like I said, tonight we are going to be doing a shorter episode, mainly due to the fact that I am waking up in 5 hours. But if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. If you know anyone who wants to subscribe or that you think should subscribe, make sure they subscribe as well. We are getting closer and closer to that 10,000 subscriber number, so keep on sending your friends over. And of course, as always, tonight's episode is sponsored by our Patreon pals. Where's mine? Patreon pals, why am I sounding like Goofy? If you're one of our Patreon pals out in the chat room right now, give us an oh yeah. Okay, so if you've never joined us for an Ask the Expert segment before, I'm your expert, Brent Dutch. Hello. You guys can send me questions about anything and everything Disney, and we will go through and answer any and all questions as we go through here tonight. Specifically, if you guys want to ask questions about the races, or if you want to ask questions about this, I would love to talk about them because it's in my mind right now. Also, if you did not join us earlier, my phone is on full volume right now, so I do apologize if I get messages on that. Those were both from people sending me messages on Instagram. I get a lot of messages, but I don't want to oversleep through my alarms. And my friends and I who are doing the races, we have this we've mastered it now. But if I oversleep through my alarm, or they oversleep through their alarm, and we do not hear from each other before a specific time during the day, 2:45, then we call each other to make sure that we're awake. And so that is the reason why the phone's on full volume. But yeah, we are going through and having it so we're answering your questions. So you guys are in full driver mode here to go through and answer any and all questions. So start throwing those questions into the comments. We've got one out there already, so let's start with that one. Oh yeah, Annalise wants to know how they made the paw prints in the cement in Adventureland without also making human footprints. So they didn't. No. How they do those is the way that they go through and make those different paw prints in pretty much everywhere around Disney is they usually go little by little. So there's like a little bit of cement, a little bit of cement, a little bit of cement at a time. There are some exceptions to this rule, specifically Asia over at Disney's Animal Kingdom. But over in Adventureland, what they would do is they would lay out a little bit of the groundwork, and they would start to put the different paw prints or the leaf prints or whatever prints inside of those areas to make it so it looks like it. And then what would happen is if you went over while they were going through and actually making those, while they're going through and making the footprints throughout, it took a few weeks to do it. If you would go one day, there'd be like this much. And then the next day it would be like this much. So like slowly they got bigger and bigger and bigger and had it so the area was larger. But what they would do is every single day they would come and they would add a little bit more area to it. And in order to add that little bit area to it, they would have it so it looked like a continuous footprint. But if you actually would go there over time, it was just little bits of sidewalk that was being fixed every single night. So because of that, they were able to make it look like just paw prints with any footprints next to it. But yeah, it's a really cool thing. Now, the way that they do it over at Animal Kingdom in Asia, over at Animal Kingdom, is if you look over there, there's a lot of individual footprints, like actual footprints. The footprints that you can find there are the footprints of the Imagineers and their kids. So there are some children footprints out there too. Those are actually the Imagineers children footprints. In addition to that, you can find bike tracks in there too. So what they did was they laid out the cement, they waited a little bit while it started to get hardened, and then what they had was they had a few of the people riding around on bikes to have it so that would make those the tracks inside of there as well. So it's a really cool thing. Good question. I like that question a lot. Agenda for the weekend. What day do you race? What race is which day? I am running the next 4 days. This will be my 7th. Is this my 7th Dopey Challenge? I think this is my 7th. We did 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, and 22 did not happen. Did 22 happen? Yeah, 22 happened. I'm sorry. So 22, 23, 24. Yeah, this is my 7th Dopey Challenge, which is kind of crazy. So the way that this is going to be going on is tomorrow morning is going to be the 5K. I start running at 5 a.m. That's how I run. On Friday is the 10K. So 5K is 3.1 miles. 10K is 6.2 miles. And then on Saturday will be the half marathon. So 13.1 miles that we're going to be running. And then on Sunday will be the full marathon, which is going to be 26.2 miles. So I will be going through and I will be going through and running every single one of these races. It's 48.6 miles total over the course of 4 days. Tomorrow, obviously, is going to be the easiest one. Tomorrow's the one that I'm not actually very worried about any of them. But you know what we should do? Here, wait, we're going to take just a little bit of a break here. So today was the expo, and we're going to talk a little bit more about all this stuff next week when we do our recap here. There's my bib for the half and the full. But what I actually have not done yet is I have not looked actually closely at the shirts yet, with the exception I bought one shirt today at the expo. So let's go through and look at the shirts. So tomorrow's theme is Pluto. Here, we're going to get this down so that way it's easier to see. We got Pluto for the 5K tomorrow. The next day is Chippendale. The next day after that will be the half marathon. I really like that one. I don't like the color, but I like the design of. I like bright colors. Then we have the marathon, which will release Sunday, and then if you do the half marathon and the full marathon, then you do the Goofy's race and a half challenge, and then if you do all 4 races, again, I apologize for my Instagram followers who are, some of you guys are out there. This is what I go through every day. And then Dopey is all of the races. So overall, I didn't really look at the shirts, so I looked at it here a little bit. But those are the 6 shirts that I will be earning. Oh my gosh, I just dropped my phone. Those will be the 6 shirts that I'm going to be earning as the weekend goes on. Now, I assume that it's going to be asked that, yep, it's right there. It's asked, which parts do you go through? So the way that these races go is tomorrow is exclusively Epcot. Tomorrow's exclusively Epcot. Oh my gosh, you need to calm down. Okay, you know what? We're going to just mute that. Someone please remind me at the end of the episode to turn my volume back up. So where was it going? What parts do you go to? So tomorrow is exclusively Epcot. Friday is all Epcot. It's a lot of Epcot. Saturday we start at Epcot, but then we run up to the Magic Kingdom. We go through the Magic Kingdom, and then we run back and into Epcot, and then we exit and finish in the parking lot. And then during the marathon, that's the big day, we will start in Epcot. We go through Epcot a little bit, and then we exit out. We go up to Magic Kingdom. We run through Magic Kingdom. We exit out. We go through the Magic Kingdom parking lot, and then we make our way over to Disney's Animal Kingdom. We run through Animal Kingdom, and then we exit out. We run through or to the Blizzard Beach parking lot. We do not go in Blizzard Beach. We just run through the parking lot. It's not the greatest part. And then from there, we run up to Disney's Hollywood Studios. We run through just a small portion of Disney's Hollywood Studios, and then down the boardwalk into the finish line. We go again into Epcot, and we exit through the side. So overall, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I'm very, very, very excited to go through and experience the entire race again. We've got a lot of us running this year. A lot of my friends. Like last year, we had a big group, but I didn't know a few of the people. I had never met them before that weekend. But this weekend, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us doing all the races. Oh, that was you, Eric? That was you. I'm just testing the noise. Yeah, punk. I just turned the volume up to it. Instantly, someone messages me. Okay, let's go to our next question here. I'm going to Walt Disney World next week. Predictions for crowds for the first day of Festival of the Arts. It will be busy. Festival of the Arts, the first day of Festival of the Arts. I will be there then, so look out for me. But that first day is always very busy because a lot of the artists will have it. Everyone's just writing. But a lot of the artists, what they'll do is they'll have like their miniature prints. And here, for instance, I bought this one a few years ago. This was the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World one. But what they'll do is they'll have it so it's this one here. But then in addition to that, they'll actually have the original there. So there's a lot of people that are art collectors who go there specifically on the first day to go through and collect the original pieces of art. And then on top of that, there's some pieces of artwork. Like if you go to some of the artists, I remember last year there was a piece that I saw online and I was like, oh, that's a really cool picture. I really want this picture. And then I went and I saw it the first day. I was like, oh yeah, there's lots of them. I'll come back in a few days. I came back literally 2 days later and they were sold out, and they were sold out the rest of the festival. So a lot of people now have gotten to the point where it's like the first day they are just going all out and crazy, and it's a lot of fun. It's still a great festival. It's my favorite festival that Disney does, and I'm excited. All right, let's go to our next question here. If you could extend the Skyliner to connect more resorts together, where would you extend the route to? Oh, I would put it everywhere. I would and Eric literally wrote that too. Everywhere, Alex. I would literally extend it throughout the entire Walt Disney World property. I just love the Skyliner. If I could only choose one place and one place only, I would probably put it to Animal Kingdom. From Studios to Animal Kingdom. I think that'd be fun. That'd be like a long trail, but I think it'd be a fun trail. Okay, keep on throwing your questions out there. If you guys have any questions, we still have about 10 minutes left before we're going to wrap this thing up. If you want to, let's keep on going through here. Which game gives us the best odds of winning in Dinoland? Must win a dinosaur. So the one that I have had the best luck at is Mammoth Marathon. I feel like Mammoth Marathon is not easy to win, but it's easier to win than a few of the others. If you are good at basketball, until you shoot at basketball. If you are good at basketball, 3 shots over at Bronto Score will get you a dinosaur, but you need to make the 3 shots. If you guys joined us for the Wednesday show or the Saturday in the Park last week, we came to you live from Fossil Fun Games, and I was able to get 2 of the shots down, but I missed the 3rd one. And then they gave me another one, and then I missed that shot too. So I think if you're good at basketball, that might be the best bet, but at the same time, I could be wrong. But for me, Mammoth Marathon is the one that I go to, but you need to have 8 players for Mammoth Marathon, which makes it, so then you have a 1 in 8 chance. However, Frank Fam, you've got 4 of you. So you would just need 4 other people there. And then you have a one in two chance of someone pulling off the win. So that's the best way to do it. That's how you can get Aladar. Aladar is the big prize there. If you go over to the Comet Crashers, I feel like I've won once. That's the one where you toss the ball and like it's a wiffle ball and it lands into one of the holes. And if you land in one of the colored holes, then you get a prize. If you get one of the just blank holes, then it just falls down and you don't get anything. So yeah, I would say Mammoth Marathon. That's my go-to. If you're my friend Alex, then it is Whack-A-Pachyosaurus. Like, she has never lost. Like, literally, I don't think she's ever lost. Alex, you're watching. Have you ever lost at Whack-A-Pachyosaurus? I don't think you have. It's unbelievable. I got in second place a lot of times, but most of those times was to Alex. It's unbelievable. Like, that girl has some pent-up anger at these dinosaurs. And she's like, oh, I'm going to kill all of you and then win a dinosaur. Okay, keep on throwing your questions. We still have about, we'll take like 2 or 3 more questions here if you guys want to before we wrap up this thing. And I'm just going to lay in bed, try to hopefully fall asleep. I'm still trying to keep myself mellow and relaxed. Look at this book, though. Ooh. Isn't it exciting? I'm so excited about this book. If you have not been able to tell, and I assume that most of you guys have been able to tell. If you've not watched my video yet today, I think that's the most emotional that I ever have been on camera, was that unboxing the books. It really, I'm proud of all my books, but I don't know what it is, but I think part of it might just be the fact that I have preserved Dinoland USA in a way that no one else has ever done. And I mean, it's kind of crazy. Do you think they will bring another drone show to Disney Springs? I love the one they just had. I don't think so. They had one like about 10 years ago, and then they got rid of it. And it was a holiday one. And then they brought in this one, which is Disney Dreams That Soar, which I personally loved. However, I know a few of the managers at Disney Springs, and they said they've never had such terrible crowds of people who just want free Disney entertainment. And people were stealing, people were getting into fights. And because of that, I do not think that, unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to ever see it. There you go. Alex has never lost at Whack-A-Pachyosaurus. So, Frank fam, if you guys want to win a dinosaur, you just send a message to Alex and she'll win one for you. Alex, that's what you could do. You could become a hired Whack-A-Pachyosaurus. It's like a hired goon, but for winning prizes at Chester and Hester's Dinorama at the Fossil Fun Games. I think it's a genius idea. All right, so to give you guys kind of a breakdown of the book here too, while we wait for people to throw questions out there, we'll go through a little bit of the table of contents, because I've had a few people who've asked me about different chapters, and they said, how long is this book and how much detail do you go into? To give you an idea, Restaurantosaurus goes from page 38 to page 80. It's literally a 42-page chapter is just Restaurantosaurus. That is our longest chapter. The second longest chapter is Dinosaur, I believe. Is it Dinosaur? Yes, Dinosaur is the second longest at 26 pages. Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures is in third place at 18 pages. Any hidden Mickeys in the book? I point out, I want to say 2. It might be 3. I can think of 2 immediately that I have included here. I can think of 3 immediately. There's 3 for sure that are in here. There may be a few more, but for sure 2 or 3. But yeah, I'm also very happy that this came out today. So also, I've always said that I'm going to get a picture of me with the book in the photo booth, and today I went over there with the book specifically to get pictures in the photo booth, and the photo booth was out of order. And I was so devastated. So I'm probably going to go back in the next few days before the final day. I will be going back there twice on Sunday. Once it's going to be during the marathon. I will be stopping at both the Fossil Fun Games and at Triceratops Spin and doing both those during the race. If you guys have never joined us before, then or have never heard about the marathon before, when the parks open, you can do the attractions. And I've always done Everest. I think I skipped Everest twice. I didn't do it my first year, and I skipped it another year. And then last year I did Everest, and I did Triceratops Spin, and I did Test Track during the marathon. And this year my goal is Everest, Triceratops Spin, and Mammoth Marathon, which is one of the games here, because I think it'd be funny to do the Mammoth Marathon during a marathon. My only problem is that, or my only fear is that I will. What am I going with this? I'm just trying to doze myself off, and it's working. My only fear is if I win a prize during the marathon on Mammoth Marathon, I'm going to be running with a stuffed animal. It's just me like super sweaty. Tell us about those character cutouts that you can find at the resorts. Oh, we were looking for Flounder today. Okay, so not that long ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, Disney decided to do a brand new interactive feature for people at the resorts. So what they do is in each resort, and so far I have not found a resort that doesn't do it, but I've also not been to every resort yet since these came out. But at each resort so far, they have it so there are these little different cardboard cutouts of a character, and the character will fit in with the theme of the actual resort. So, for instance, Edna Mode is over at the Contemporary. Over at Polynesian, it's Hey Hey. The Grand Floridian has the penguins from Mary Poppins, or it's a penguin from Mary Poppins. The Beach Club has Flounder from Little Mermaid. Yacht Club has Max from Little Mermaid as well. Goofy can be found at a few of the different resorts. You have like Sports Goofy over at All Star Sports. You have Movie Goofy. I can't think of what it is. All Star Movies. But there's a lot of them. So what you can do is if you go over to these resorts and you find the character, they hide it into a different spot every single day of the week. So every Monday, it's in the same spot as it was the previous Monday. And every Tuesday, it's the same spot as the previous Tuesday, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But what you do is you go find the character, you take a selfie with the character, and then you bring it to the front desk and you say, hey, look, I found this character. And if it's your first time finding it, they give you a button. If it's your second time finding it, they give you a sticker for your button. And the goal is to try to find all the stickers. I really enjoy it. I think it's just a fun activity to do with yourself or with kids. But overall, I think it's a great little interactive feature. I stayed at Coronado last weekend and couldn't find one. Did they have it at the check? Usually at the check-in, they'll tell you which character you have to look out for. But Coronado is not one of the. It's one of the resorts I have not been to yet this year. So far, I've seen it at the 3 around Seven Seas Lagoon. I have found it at both Port Orleans Riverside and French Corner. I have seen it at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I've seen it at All Star Movies, Music and Sports, Pop Century, and Art of Animation. I think there's at least one more that and then Beach Club, Yacht Club, and Boardwalk. So, yeah, a lot of them. All right, let's do one more question, and then we're going to wrap this up because I really need to go to bed. I'm waking up in a little over 4 hours. Disney usually does a nod to past attractions and lands. What do you think will be Dino Lands when Tropical America's open? I love this question. This is actually a question that I've been thinking about quite a bit over the last few months. I feel like in the queue for Indiana Jones, there's going to be some sort of like dinosaur nod that Indiana Jones has found in the past. I feel like we're going to go through like some sort of like exhibit where it's like these are the things that Indiana Jones has discovered, and I think one of them is going to be like I don't even know. I don't know if it'd be like the eggs that you can see the hadrosaurs coming out of, or if it would be that'd be a good one actually. I want to stick with that. I think that would actually be a really good one. Or if it would actually be like he found a dinosaur. I feel like over at the Encanto house when you're either on the attraction or on the ride. I don't know why I'm going to say this, but I kind of have a feeling that we're going to see a mammoth from Mammoth Marathon. I think it just seems like that would be the thing that would blend in the best from Chester and Hester's Dinorama. In addition to that, I feel like maybe you'll go past the picture frame and it's going to be the picture frame of Chester and Hester, which would be really cool if they did that as well. So, yeah, I think there's a few different things that they could put in there, but I think we'll find out in the kind of near future. But also, I'm very sad that Dino Land's going away. Okay, but it is the time that I said we were going to cut off the show, and I better go get some sleep. I also trying to figure out my GoPro problem because right now the GoPro is not charging at all, and I need it for the race tomorrow, and I don't know what my backup plan is going to be. I guess I could film, but from the phone, but I don't know how well it's going to work with running because I've never tested that out before. But maybe we're going to be testing it out tomorrow. Okay, but we're going to be wrapping this episode up right here. As always, tonight's episode is sponsored by our Patreon pals. If you're one of our Patreon pals out in the chat room, make sure you give us an oh yeah. Okay, we're going to be wrapping this thing up. Thank you everyone out there for joining us once again. Oh, we didn't check our thing. We usually check it, so let's check it. Oh, we went up 1 subscriber. I apologize. We're not going to extra innings, but maybe we'll add on an extra inning for next week. But thank you everyone out there for joining us once again this week. As always, remember that anything can happen, including running 48.6 miles like a crazy person, if you let it. Until next time, have a great week, everyone. Good night. Stay warm. It's getting cold out there. Let's go run a 5K in like 7 hours. Oh, man. Bye-bye. Goodbye now. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Come on, let's do an after party. Not tonight. Have a good night, guys.